Hi there. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, also known as Fibernymph, and today I'm coming to you not with a regular episode, but to introduce the 2026 make-along that we're going to be doing in this group. It will be called the Keeping It Simple Make-Along. That is my theme for 2026. Well, it's the make-along theme. I'm also trying to hold on to that theme for the coming year because this year was kind of a lot. Anyway, I will be recording a more regular-ish episode, probably, I'm going to say maybe Friday. Today is Wednesday. It's New Year's Eve day, so Happy New Year's, since I won't be talking to you tomorrow. But I hope, however, you're celebrating the new year, whether quietly or rambunctiously. It's a lovely evening and lovely time for you. We will be here. I doubt that we'll even be up till midnight, to be quite honest with you. But we went out to lunch today, so that was something fun. Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I want to tell you about our make-along. I have hosted a year-long make-along now for, oh my gosh, I'm not even sure how many years running I have done this. I love hosting make-alongs, and I especially love hosting make-alongs that are as simple as possible for everyone involved. You, me, everyone. And honestly, I get feedback every year from the group members who participate, and I ask, what worked for you this year? What would you like to see? What didn't you like? And almost universally, everyone expresses the fact that they really like that my make-alongs are formatted such that they can make that make-along and set their goals so that it's something that works for them. In fact, like this year's make-along was the Choose Your Own Adventure make-along, so it doesn't get more clear-cut than that, right? In 2026, a lot of this make-along, the Keeping It Simple make-along, will sort of reflect the same sort of choose your own adventure vibe that this year had. I have made a couple small changes, and there is one new component, and as always, like every component of my make-alongs, are optional. You don't have to do them, but if you want to join in, you can. And the make-along in general, you do not have to participate all year long. You can. I love it whenever people do, but I also understand it if it really only works for you like maybe a few months out of the year or a season or two, whatever. Make it your own and it will be great. So let's talk about what the make-along means. Okay, to begin with, it will run all year, starting tomorrow, January 1st through December 31st, 2026. I know, that's a whole year away, but that is the time frame for the make-along. And as the title suggests, we are going to try to keep this as simple as possible. So if you have any questions after I talk about this, number one, you can go to our Ravelry group and you can check the chatter thread there. The very first post in the chatter thread will have all of the guidelines written out there. That's actually already up. I will also be posting that in my blog on the Fibernymph.works website. So that's another place that you'll be able to find those things. To participate, you can participate in the Ravelry group, or you can participate through Instagram, whichever works for you. You can participate through both if you would like to. I try to keep it as accessible as I can. Sorry, I need to wet my whistle a little bit. The chatter basically does take part or take place over on the Ravelry group though. So if you really want to be chattery with us, that's probably your best bet. But you are always welcome to post things with the hashtag. And the hashtag for this year's make-along, oh my gosh, I've got my notes right here in front of me, by the way. I'm so bad at remembering hashtags. It will be hashtag FW, nope. It will be hashtag FDW KIS 2026. So that will be the hashtag that you can use on Instagram. I don't really use the hashtag anywhere else, so. Alrighty, let's get into how you participate. Basically, again, you can choose what you want to do. I did set up a planning thread if you would like to use that. That is also in the Ravelry group. Basically, it's just a place where you can make a list or set your goals. Some people do very detailed goal setting. Some people are very general. Last year, I was quite general with my goals, and that worked out pretty well for me. I haven't actually written mine out yet, but that thread is up if you would like to use that. Absolutely optional. You do not have to. You can just write out your own goals. Or if you're not someone who makes written out plans, that's fine too. It's just an option. While we're mainly focused on fiber arts, knitting, crochet, spinning, weaving, embroidery, those kind of things, people have also included things like baking, art. I had some art goals last year. What else? If you have like a health goal that you want to try to work on next year, all of that is welcome. We love to hear about it, and you are totally welcome to put it in your goal list. Let's see. Yes, the list thread is called the planning thread. It is a no chatter thread. Our main chatter thread is the one I already mentioned, where the guidelines are the very first post. All of these things will be linked in the show notes below this video, by the way. You are also, okay, I already told you about Instagram. Sorry, I feel like I'm a little scattered here. I just finally got this post finalized and put up this morning because December was such a trip for me. It was not a great one, a lot, but I'm not going to go into that. It meant that everything got delayed. So here we are, coming in right under the wire. So Instagram, yes, that is also an option. Okay, the new thing this year is I'm going to offer quarterly challenges. I had some people say that while they like the really open structure of the Make Along, sometimes having more specific goals given to them was helpful for them to also move forward. So I decided I would do quarterly challenges. I do award prizes quarterly in the Make Alongs, and so having a quarterly challenge also seemed to make sense. They're totally not connected. Like, you can still participate without doing the quarterly challenge and still be entered for, at least one of the drawings, depending on, what you do. But anyway, the quarterly challenges are just meant to be a little bit of extra fun, an extra motivational source. If that is helpful to you, they are no means meant to be stressful, and you absolutely don't have to participate in them. You can participate in some, not all. I will have individual quarterly challenge threads posted up in the group as well. I don't have any of them up yet. The first quarter one will be going up tomorrow. And overall, the projects that you do for the quarterly challenges do need to be started and finished within that quarter, so January 1st to March 30th, and so on. The only exception to that is one of the challenge elements for the first quarter. The first quarter topic for your challenge is whipping your whips. So that is pulling out any whips and trying to get as many of them finished as you can. A whip needs to be something that was started before January 1st of 2026. So if you start something in January and don't finish it till March, that doesn't count as a whip. But if you started it in December, anytime prior to that, that is considered a whip. And if you finish it during January, February, or March, you can count that for that. Now, if you are one of those people who doesn't have whips, number one, are you okay? No, seriously. I can't imagine not having any whips, but you know what? It happens. I know some people are very good about finishing their projects, so yay you. Also for posting for that one, you do need to take like a before and after picture of like, this was the whip before I started it, and this is the whip now. Also, that could include, like, if you pull a whip out and you're like, I know I am never going to finish this, you can take a picture of the whip and then you can frog it and show a picture of the recovered yarn. That will also count as an entry. Dealing with whips, you deal with them however you need to. Okay, but again, if you're one of those people who does not have any works in progress that are hanging out unfinished, you can choose to do a different part of this challenge, which is to whip your stash into order. So I'll assume that you probably have some stash. If you don't have any whips and you don't have any stash, then I'm not sure we can be friends. No, I'm totally kidding. Um, anyway, yes, you can organize your stash. And that could mean your actual stash, like your yarn or your fiber or your fabric or whatever. It could mean organizing your patterns. Maybe you have a pattern library or books. Maybe you want to go through those and see if they all still are exciting to you. And if not, maybe you want to clear some of them out and donate them to the library or sell them, resale shop or something. So any of those kind of things, you know, you can make this work for you. Again, all of the details for this challenge will be in the group and on the blog, so you can check those areas. You are welcome to take part in both of those aspects of the January, February, March challenge, regardless of whether you have WIPs or not. You know, if you have WIPs and you want to get organized, awesome. Moving through the other 3 quarters, quarter 2, the theme will be something new, and that means trying projects that use new to you techniques or new to you materials. Maybe not. Well, I'll leave that up to you. If you have to ask, does this count? It probably doesn't, but or it could be a whole new craft that you have never tried before. Yeah, so that second quarter, we're going to try some new things. The third quarter will be centric. Nope. It will be gift centric. We're going to get a jump on our end of the year making, because if you, like me, seem to leave all of your end of the year holiday gift making till like November to start, you know how stressful that is. I do anyway, says the woman who crocheted a giant Afghan blanket in just like a little over a couple of weeks, I think, this November. Yeah, crazy. So July, August, and September will be gifts. That can also include making like holiday decor items. So we'll add that in there. And then the last quarter, since it's a busy time of year, that theme is going to be little things. So we're going to keep our makes small. The projects need to be between 25 and 100 grams to count there. And you can group several small items of the same type together to get within that range. Sometimes I think it's just really fun to try to make small things, and it's a great way to use up stash too. And you guys know I love using up like leftovers and things like that in my stash. So those will be the 4 quarterly challenges if you choose to take part in any of those. And again, this year there will also be a Fibernymph Dye Works yarn and fiber component. Sorry about that little break. My mom called, had to take that phone call. Anyway, what was I going to talk about next? There is a Fibernymph Dye Works yarn and fiber component again to the Make Along in 2026. So that basically means that if in your projects you use either Fibernymph Dye Works yarn or you spin my fiber, those finished objects get to be posted in a separate finished objects. I'm calling it the entries thread this year just because it got confusing last year. But yeah, you have an extra chance to win a quarterly prize. And if you use at least 800 grams throughout the whole year of Fibernymph Dye Works materials, that also means that you will have earned an exclusive colorway, either in yarn or fiber, that I will dye for you in January of the following year. Feels like it's a mile away because we're not even to January for this year's exclusive. But anyway, I just want to let you know that is an option. And again, all of the details about that will be in the threads that I've already mentioned. All right, that brings us to prizes. Prizes for this make-along will again be drawn on a quarterly basis. So that means the first regular podcast of April, July, October, and then January of 2027. Hoi. I will draw 4 prize winners each quarter this time. So it will be one from the chatter / regular finished objects thread. There will be one from the Fibernymph Dye Works finished object entries thread. There will be one from the quarterly thread for that quarter, and then one Instagram winner. I know Instagram continues to be problematic, but I'm just going to handle it the same way I did last year. If you have posted anything with the hashtag, that post will be eligible all year long, not just that quarter. The same post cannot win twice in the year. I will also add a note here that in order for your tagged Instagram posts to show up when I do the search of the tag, your Instagram account has to be public. If you have a private Instagram account, those projects aren't going to show up, because that means that anybody could see them who searches that hashtag. So you have to have your account public in order to do that part of the to enter in that way. I just thought I would mention that, because I think we were having a problem with someone in the group who was saying that they were posting and using the hashtag, but their projects weren't showing up. And I told her I think maybe that might be why. So just, check on that. If you use Instagram, make sure that your account is public in order to submit things using the hashtag. Let's see, what else? I do announce the prizes on the podcast, so you don't have to be on Ravelry to hear the winners. In fact, I don't write the winners out anywhere. You have to watch the podcast in order to learn if you've won something or not. Prizes in this coming year, I usually offer up Fibernymph Dye Works things for prizes. I am going to change things a little bit, in that if you are an international, meaning not in the US, participant, I am not going to be offering mailed prizes in this coming year. I will either offer you a gift certificate for the shop, or I will offer a downloadable pattern prize if it's something that you can download online. Just because shipping has gotten to be so very insane, and then there's the whole tariffs issue. I just don't want to cause international people more trouble than it's worth to them to get a prize. So I think that's going to be the way we're going to do that this year. If you are in the US, though, you will still be eligible to get like actual physical prizes as an option. So, okay. I think that is everything. If you have any questions about any of the stuff I just talked about, you can either look at the written out description of the make-along and all of the guidelines, which will probably be a little clearer than some of the things I said here, just because I'm trying to get through this quickly. Or you can ask a question below in the comments and I will get back to you. I hope you will join in, even if you can't do it for the whole year. I hope you will join in at least for, part of the year whenever you're able. And I look forward to seeing what 2026 brings for your making. So until my next actual more regular episode, take care and Happy New Year. Bye.